wrote a book. I hope she said good things about it. I don't know. I'm so busy. She just wrote a book called Melania. Go out and buy it. It's right. And if she says bad things about me, I'll call you all up and I'll say, don't buy it. Get rid of it. No, but she said to me, I said, baby, did you see the crowd? We had 18,000 people. We could have filled it up 3 or 4 times. Bruce Blakeman said to me, if we went to a stadium or a park, we would have had 100,000 people or more. So I'd call up my wife, and I'd say, baby, who could draw crowds? Nobody could draw crowds like me. Nobody, not even me. I'm the greatest of all time, maybe greater even than Elvis, because Elvis had a guitar. I don't know. Elvis had a guitar. I don't have the privilege of a guitar. But I'd say, baby, who could do it like me? Nobody could do it like me. How great am I? And she'd say, and she'd say, I'd say, how great was the speech? Not how good. How great was it? And she'd say, it was good, but your hair looked terrible to me. Or the worst ever. So I said, how good was it, First Lady? And she said, it was good, but you couldn't find your way off the stage. I was imitating Biden, and they said I did it. I couldn't find my way off the stage. No, so you can't be sarcastic. Sarcasm with the media doesn't work, okay? So I've given up about 90% of it. I got all my friends here. Anthony, stand up. Anthony, one of the greats of all time. He said, I have a big business problem. What? I have too much cash. I don't know what to do. I said, I've heard of worse problems than that, Anthony, right? He's doing good. He's a great businessman and a great person. Kamala wants income tax hikes, small business tax hikes, capital gains tax hike. How about the capital gains? She wants a tax. Unrealized capital gain. That means she wants to give you a capital gain, even if you have stock. She wants to give you a capital gain, even if you didn't sell it. You know, I know a lot of people that are very rich, but they don't have cash. They're rich, but they don't have cash. A lot of them. You know, it's like that. Farmers are like that. They have great land, great everything. They make income, but they don't have cash. And you know what I did for farmers and small business and the tax hike? And nobody talks about this. I got rid of the estate tax, or the death tax, as they would call it. So that when you die and you pass it on to your children who you love, if you don't love your children, then it's not going to do you any good. And there are those. Does anybody in this incredible arena, they did a nice job of fixing it. I remember the old. Does anybody in this incredible arena not love their children? Who in the arena is rich and will not leave their money to their kids? Because if that's the case, then what they did for you doesn't mean anything. Do I have any hands? 20,000 people and I have no hands. Okay, who wants to leave their money to their kids? Well, you know, in the old days, you'd leave the money to the kids, and what would happen? The kids would have to go out and borrow money. They'd lose everything. They had to borrow money from a bank at a high rate of interest. Now they don't have to do that anymore. Now you can leave your farm, you can leave your small business to your kids, but Kamala wants to end that. She wants to end it. She wants to raise your tax to a level that nobody's ever heard of before, and it's crazy. We will go in to a depression. This is a wise guy. This guy, I thought, I'm getting ready. I'm going like this. You know, I got a little bit of a yip problem here, right? That was amazing. I was all ready to start duking it out. I felt like my man in the front row. Stand up, will you please? This is the toughest man. You know him? You all know? I'm going to introduce you later so you can see. He's that toughest guy. If somebody walked on the stage, he wouldn't be afraid. He would already be attacking the poor guy. And that was interesting, wasn't it? It's the first time that's ever happened. Is he new to the game? I think so. By contrast, I will cut taxes for families, small businesses, and workers, including restoring the SALT deduction, saving thousands of dollars for residents of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and other high-cost. We restore SALT. Jobs and factories will pour back into New York. I know how to do it better than anybody's ever known how to do it, and we can do it so easy. Wages will soar, the cost of living will fall, and I will deliver the greatest economy in the history of the world to our country, and one of the greatest economies in the history of New York State. And a key part of restoring safety and saving our economy is stopping the invasion at the border of our country. It's crazy. Under border czar Kamala Harris, she was the border czar until she started looking at this situation, until the coup. I say until the coup because it wasn't. But she was a border czar. Now she said I was never the border czar. You know what? Give her that. But she was in charge of the border. And the border is the worst run border in the history of the world. There's never been a border like that. 21 million people, illegal aliens are coming in from all over the world, from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums. Many tourists are coming in just to watch. Did you ever see this? You have tourists that line up to take pictures of it. They usually turn out to be the fake news, and the pictures are so bad they never show it. The fake news never, ever talks about it, but we have massive numbers of terrorists coming in to our country. You have everybody coming in. We have people that can't speak the language. The great Tom Homan told me the other day, great guy, central casting guy, great guy. He told me the other day, last month, they figured it out for the last 12 months, 168 different countries came in, represented, and came into our country. Most people don't even know you have that many countries. You actually have over 200, but most people don't know. But I want to be known as one thing. In 2016, I probably won because of the border. I did a great job. I cleaned it up in the border. And in 2020, even though I got millions and millions more votes, they said, sir, you get the same number of votes as you did in 2016, 63 million. Sir, you cannot lose. I got millions more, and I lost. But you know what? We're going to have the greatest win in history when we pull this off. Legendary. But in 2020, my people say, sir, it doesn't help for you to speak about the border. Nobody cares. I said, I want to speak about the border. I did a great job. Sir, nobody cares. It's true. I talk about the border. Nobody cared. But now they care. Because now the border is 25 times worse than it was in 2016. Now the border is not even believable what's happening. And I want to be known as your border president. I'm going to be known as your border president.